Hello and a warm welcome along to today's United Kingdom Talk. Well, I've left Sydney now and I'm now on a little island in the South Pacific. I'll tell you all about my Sydney stuff in a couple of shows' time, okay? But now we're on the island of Norfolk Island, as I say, in the South Pacific, which is just off the Australian coastline. And sitting with me today is my cousin Vincent, who is in charge. Sorry, did I touch your leg?
You did.
I'm ever sorry. I just touched a woman's leg. First time for 21 years, dear. God, oh, I'm so sorry, Melissa.
Oh, that's all
Could have
right.
been something else.
Do you want to touch mine as well?
I'm not touching you. But this is a family show. What's going on? It's a family show. As I was saying, sitting on my right is my cousin Vincent, who's recently taken over the Australian police on the island, haven't you?
Norfolk Island Police.
Norfolk Island.
Hello.
Norfolk Island Police, and we're going to talk to you in another show about how why you came to Australia, the family, and how you got involved in the police. But this is the job you're doing now, and you signed up for what, 2 years?
2 years, yeah, 2 years. We're myself and my family here for 2 years, so very much looking forward to it. Enjoyed the time we've been here for the last two months. But
we'll talk some more about that
absolutely.
In a second. We've got Melissa here. What do you do on the island? Not a lot.
Many hats.
She just walks around in brightly coloured t-shirts, trying to attract attention, boys and girls. That's what
it
she does.
works though.
Eh?
It works. It works.
And of course, now this lady here is extremely important. It has made my life extremely easy while I've stayed here on the island. At the moment, I've been here when you first of all, I've only been here 4 days, and this lady has already got me a mobile phone to use while I'm here, because the mobile phone that you will use at home, none of them work here. Nothing works here, only their own mobile phone system. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so she's got me that. She's also lent me a top of the range, high performance car, which is wonderful. This car is made especially so that you actually know it's going. You know those awful new cars that are completely silent as they go? This is not like that at all. It makes so much noise, and it's very safe, this car, because anyone crossing the road can hear it coming from 3 miles down the road. I'm telling you that now, and I love it. She's got me that car. She has also managed, I don't know how she's done this, by twisting arms, to change the flight I'm doing from the island to Brisbane, because I was supposed to be meeting someone in Brisbane, a friend of mine. You remember I've told you a few shows when I was back in England, and I haven't even been able to get hold of him. I didn't really want to be stuck in Brisbane on my own, because anything could happen. And I mean, I could be walking down the street and people could be waiting to jump out on me. I mean, I live in hope that will happen one day, but it's not going to happen in Brisbane because I'm not there long enough. So she's kindly changed the flight, and I have to say at no cost, because it's quite an expensive thing to fly to and from the island, isn't it? Why is that?
Well, actually,
just one of those
do
things.
You know, Melissa probably know all about that.
Thank you. She's bounced that back to Melissa. This is going to be a bit like a tennis thing,
It is, isn't it? Things are we could lose.
A little tennis thing like that.
We have our own airline.
Right.
And we
So
don't.
it's a monopoly.
Well, not so much a monopoly, but we don't have the privilege of being able to split the costs of seats between
with
other destinations or other flights.
Yeah.
Whereas your other airlines, they fly many destinations, whether it's within one country or a number of countries. Our flights only go to a number of destinations, and so you can't split the costs.
You're on a plane, say, from Sydney, of about an hour and 3/4, isn't it? Hour and a half, hour and 3/4?
Sydney,
Sydney a bit longer, I think.
two and a half.
About 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
What's
Hour
the
and a
cost?
half- hour
I'm
and
just
a
trying to
half to
remember
Brisbane.
what the cost of that flight was.
You're looking at an average of $750 to $800.
$800, was it? I'm sure I didn't pay that much. Is that a return?
Return.
Ah, okay, yes, so 400, yeah, that's about right. So that's about 180, £200 for that short journey. Not like the budget airlines we have in the UK at all. We have some...
I mean, it's basic economics. I mean, there's only 2 airlines that fly into Norfolk Island, one being Norfolk Air and one being Air New Zealand. So you don't have that competition, so therefore you're not looking for airlines to cut prices to actually
can't.
compete against each other.
You can't kind of do it on a budget. Is that your phone going?
No, it's actually not. That would be
Whose phone is that?
That would be Alison's.
Would you like to get your
Probably
phone?
because
Not
they
really,
can-
because that'd just be my sister
I
wanting to.
would say that that's because they're watching this podcast and saying, "I'm seeing you on air.
I'm watching you on TV.
I'm watching you on TV." That's be why. That's a famous Australian ad.
I was just listening to that bit of music.
Yeah.
What is that the music for?
I don't know, except VB beer.
Sounds like a sports program or something like that, is it?
Victoria Bitter.
Oh, okay. Oh, look, they won't. We're not
Would you
going to
like
give
to
up,
answer
are
that,
they?
please?
They say
I
that on
can
the
answer
plane.
that, and I'll also probably
They've
go
gone.
and get some more.
Oh,
They've gone. Yeah, I noticed. Now, what are we here? 1:30 in the afternoon. And let me tell you, for breakfast, I arrived here for breakfast around about 10:30. Breakfast arrived at 12. On the he's got one of those gas. Is that a gas one? Is it?
It's called a barbecue.
He's got a gas. He's got a gas barbie over
It's the
there.
only way we cook
In
here.
fact, I know you have barbecues.
And he opened this thing. My God, you've never seen so much dirt in all your life. I don't think the thing had ever been
It's not
cleaned.
dirt, it's seasoning.
It's shocking. But I tell you what, it didn't half make the bacon taste nice, whatever it was.
Cockroaches, mate.
So he's got this breakfast out. We had bacon and eggs, all lovely. I mean, you can't see this. Well, you can see this at the moment. If you just keep watching, and you'll see that it's just stunning where this house is. It's two stories high. Is it 2 stories?
Three stories.
3 stories high, and it's kind of on stilts, right? And there's we're kind of on a balcony, and beyond that is just forest and trees and mountains. It's one of the most beautiful views I've ever seen. Interestingly enough, they also don't have mains water here. They collect all their water from the roof. It goes down pipes into a tank downstairs.
Under the house.
Which,
you probably should explain to your viewers that the island itself is only 8 kilometres by 5 kilometres.
Small island.
Small island in the middle of the
8k
Pacific.
by 5k. Do you know what that is in miles or not? 5 kilometres can't be that.
4 miles by 2.
You could walk.
Roughly 2.
You could walk across the whole island in 2 hours.
Well, no, that's where it's
No.
it's deceiving because
It's very hilly.
it is very hilly.
Right.
If you were to pick the island up, if you imagined it as a piece of cloth,
Yeah.
and it was sort of
Bunched
scrunched
up.
up on the floor,
Yeah.
and it was sort of the 8 by 5. If you picked it up, ironed it out, it's so undulating. There's so many hills and so forth.
Undulating. Now there's a word.
Undulating.
Do you know what that means?
Do you know before you actually
I had
asked,
an
I was
education
actually looking
I had
on
an
my
education in the UK, unlike yourself.
I had an education. I went to the London Oratory School, Roman Catholic, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
If you picked that scrunched up piece of
Yeah.
cloth and ironed it out,
Yes.
it would probably be 20 by 25 kilometres. There are 150 kilometres
Yeah.
of road
Right.
on the island. So you put that into 8 by 5 and you think, well, that can't work, but it does.
Okay.
And that's obviously one of the issues from the policing
You'll
point
have
of
to
view.
grab that
answer that
phone. She's not.
because-
She's not going to
I
give
think-
up. Is this your sister?
Sarah's
Will
looking
you
for
tell your
directions.
sister when I'm doing global television and radio production
She has
not
no-
to interfere with us, lovey?
She has absolutely no clue.
Dear me, sorry.
I don't want to talk.
Sark
That's
oil.
Sarah.
Can
she
you tell
wants
her
some
we're
money.
recording?
Hello, this is Norfolk Island Police. Can I help you?
So, how did you find the flight?
Fine. Yep, it
She's
all left
actually
on
on air
time.
at the moment.
I had a bit of trouble in
She's
the
actually she's on a
leaving.
British
What is it? The departure
show.
from Sydney. And they said,
With-
"Oh,
with-
have you got a
with-
visa?" I
with
said,
Reardon.
"Yes." Oh well, it's not on here.
Can she ring,
have you got a hard
can she ring you
copy?
back?
Now, of course, this is something I've always known. At some point, this is going to be a problem. I hate
Right.
electronic
Yeah.
things.
Bookings.
She needs her money.
Such things like that, where you don't have that piece of paper in your hand.
It's in the car.
You know, as far as I know, you couldn't get a hard copy of this visa. So the lady then had to go into the immigration. She did something on the computer, came back and said, yes, it's
You're
there.
okay.
You're okay. But nevertheless, you know, for those few moments, you're thinking, oh, am I going home now? You know, and I just panic. Did that just fall over then? I just panic. So when did that fall over? Did
I
anyone
think at
notice?
the beginning.
Oh, you're joking.
No,
Because
actually,
know.
you did lie it down.
I did
did
what?
like
You
Yeah.
did. You
When did I do that?
As Vince answered the phone.
Did I? Sorry. We might have missed all of that, but never mind.
What's
But I
that?
do panic when I've, like with the electronic visa thing, I had a problem coming over here. They couldn't find my visa. It wasn't on the I don't understand how it works. It wasn't on the passport. Then she went out into immigration and she tapped them. She came back. She must have been out there 10 minutes, 15 minutes. She came back. She said, "Yes, that's fine. Here it is. And this is."
It used to be all electronic. All the visas were actually via computer, but nowadays I think they're actually stamps in the books. So
Oh right. So I must have had a stamp in the book. And
you might be just old time.
would you like to just check my passport now?
I would actually.
Shall I get that?
Yeah,
Shall I
just
get
to
that?
make sure that you really
Should
are meant to be.
should
here.
I actually?
I think you should all just
do you
go.
mind?
So,
Can you please
so
say
we're,
your
are we off
cousin
air
Alice?
on it?
Also, yes. Now you were just saying about your about breakfast. So they had this breakfast. We had this bacon and eggs. And out came. Would you like?
toast.
Do you want tea or a glass of champagne? And Vince then went out the back and got a glass of champagne out, or a bottle of champagne. And look,
We're still going.
as you know, I don't drink, boys and girls. I'm teetotal, but they have got the champagne. Go and get the ladies another bottle of your highly expensive champagne while I go and get the passport out, the show all in one. Dear me. Now you've lived on the island for how long?
Well, born and bred.
Yeah. Just a minute. Can we have quiet while we're doing this, please? Are you aware that something's going on here?
Oh no, he's just got up and left.
People don't walk on the back of the stage when Shirley Bass is singing, do they? Or go down the stairs.
I'm sure they do.
No
You know,
coup.
you try
He
and do
has absolutely no
you
coup.
try and do a hard-hitting political debate, and that's the sort of thing. No, it's not in it. It's over there, is it? Let me get my passport. You can check this.
See this?
What's that?
See, he was worried before about actually travelling. He was saying that he worries about packing and his passports and his tickets. And look at him.
He's probably lost them. I actually asked for a case when I picked up his ticket today. I actually asked for a case because I was actually a bit worried that being a male that he would dirty it.
A case?
Well, you know how you get like an airline.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that's what you need, but then I thought, he's a bit of a girl.
Well, look,
he'll
he's
be
got
right.
a big case and he's got then a
I can't
backpack and he
find-
still
there
can't
we are.
find
Here's
you
the passport.
need.
Look at that. There we are.
So we're
it's
looking for a
red.
visa there.
Yes, it's red.
We haven't seen a red pass. I see ours are blue.
Right.
I will bring.
Don't try and nick my. What is it? Nick your personal. Not nick personality. What is it?
Your personal identification.
Identity. Yeah, we have a lot of that
Your
problem in
identity theft.
the UK now. Identity theft.
Who is this?
It's Chris Reardon, international celebrity award winning DJ.
that is not
We
right.
didn't get the right Chris.
No,
Ripped off.
this
If
isn't
you-
the Chris that we're looking at
No,
right now.
no.
No.
If you
Look at
ever
that.
look like your passport photo, then you're probably too ill to be travelling. To be honest.
To be honest with you, my passport photo is actually quite hot. So,
What do you think? So where's my visa on that? Is it in
well,
there somewhere?
Honey, no, you're actually not meant to be here at all.
Is there a boat back? Can I borrow a little boat somewhere?
Our boat's due on Tuesday.
Do you know on the website, I actually on the classifieds, I actually
Yeah.
saw a boat for sale. Do you want to buy that?
How much is that?
I got no idea. Didn't actually look at the price.
How long will it take to get to UK?
I don't know. You'll find out.
To the
You've got a
UK?
business
A few
class
years.
seat?
6 months.
Well,
As long as that?
Probably. You need to
God
stop.
almighty.
you got nothing else on,
It's
do
a
you?
long way to go. There we are, Norfolk Island
Yeah,
Customs.
that says you came in here.
But there is a.
Doesn't it say you're allowed to?
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
it just
the
says
one
you
that
arrived
came in.
here.
There we are.
We're just looking to see whether it says whether you're allowed
Yeah,
to.
look, arrived.
Yeah, but what
Yeah,
if
but
it's
surely,
electronic?
if the
You need a
lady,
visa to Australia.
what's that then? Is that?
Well,
She find her money.
There's nothing stamped in there.
you
is there?
normally need a visa into Australia, but these days, because they're electronic,
Yeah.
you don't get anything in
So
your
there's
passport.
nothing stamped in there,
No.
and that's the problem. You see, because you've got no hard evidence. So if something goes wrong electronically, you're stuffed, aren't you?
Nothing go on electronically.
It all
Do you know,
worries me.
you guys in the UK are behind the times.
Oh, you think so? Do you?
Oh yeah.
We all have chips in our
Yeah.
passports
Chips.
now. Chips.
Not hot chips.
No, we
not
we
potato
moved over to salads.
A bit like the chips that they put in the catalogue.
You've gone too far away. We can't see your lovely face on
I was
there.
trying to slouch. I like my feet up and stuff.
Dear,
Is this not-
dear me. Look at these glasses of champagne everywhere. I don't know.
Well, we're debriefing after last night.
Yes, I know. Last night.
So you need chips in your passport.
Well, biometric. Oh, is that what it is? Biometric thing, is it?
Well, you know how they chip the dairy cattle these days?
It's kind of like that.
It's a bit like that.
Yeah, I think I've got one of those
They
on
haven't
the
put it in
ear.
our neck yet, but it's in our passport.
Yeah, well, it's
You
just-
wait, in the next 5 years, I reckon we'll have chips in our necks. like
Melissa,
cattle.
Melissa, you were born on the island,
Yes.
and you've moved away a few times. Have you got a specific like job that you do, or do you just do everything? Do a bit of everything?
Well, that depends. My paid job is risk management, OH&S, and insurance.
Right.
But I do
Oh,
wear
insurance. Legalised robbery. That's what
Yeah, but I did say
Absolutely
risk
legalised.
management.
Very good at it though.
So I'm
very,
looking
very good at it.
at looking at the first step before you then go into insurance.
Okay.
So risk management, which risk management is an interesting subject actually, because although I have the qualifications for risk management, it seems to take on a lot of other roles. So
Yeah.
I don't know whether they're technically under risk management, but because they don't know where to put these things, they go, "Oh, the risk management officer can do that." So
And you said your paid job. So presumably you do a lot of voluntary stuff. Is that a thing on the island where a lot of people are doing stuff? for
very.
nothing?
The island runs on volunteers, I believe.
Oh, that would be an understatement, I think.
Yeah.
The community is amazing here in that as soon as you need something, everyone comes together, and they do. They pull together very quickly.
How many people on the island?
We normally run at about 1,800. I'd say at the moment we've got
That's
about
not many, is it?
1,500.
Okay, why?
Well, the whole world's been in a bit of an economic downturn.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of people that go away, not necessarily chasing jobs, but chasing something different, or wanting a better education for their children, or better opportunities for their children, or even for themselves. So, but in my experience, a lot of them do run back home.
Is there much for
I'm
the
a
children?
classic.
Is there much for the children to do on the island?
How long
It's
have
a
you got?
different.
How long have you got?
It's a
Well, you've got
different
about
culture
you've got about
here.
12 minutes left.
There's a lot for young kids.
There's a lot for the younger ones. We grew up making our own entertainment, so whether it was playing in the creeks, the beach, up in the
Sorry,
mountains.
creeks. What are creeks?
What do you call
Don't know
them?
what
over
that
there?
is.
Like
streams.
Little rivers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Our lifestyle here, you make your own entertainment. We don't have video game arcades or movie theatres or anything like that. So you find that the children are out there on their push bikes. They get their motorbike quite young. They get the car licence quite young. But
How old do they have to be to drive a motorbike?
15.
That's young.
16 for a car.
That's very young.
A lot of the younger ones are into horses.
Right.
We have beautiful beaches here. Surfing is quite big.
Is the whole water and
Water's
playing
a
in the
big
water?
part of
and all that,
Sports in general,
Yeah.
I'd
But
say.
that's generally across all of
especially with the young
Australia,
ones.
isn't it?
Yeah, sport is a big part. Can I just say, just in relation to what sort of adding to what Melissa was saying, having only been here for a short period of time, there are a lot of activities here that any other community within mainland Australia would be proud of.
Yes.
And to a certain extent envious of. And I think that's a credit to the Norfolk Islanders. Norfolk Island is no different to any other township sort of establishment, from the point of view that you need all of the ancillary services, electricity, water, emergency services, government, all of those
I
things.
was talking to you about electricity the other day. You pay a lot more for that here as well,
well,
don't
you
you?
do.
Well,
but
we've
I'm-
got solar though.
yeah, but the thing is that you've only got a limited amount. You need all of those services.
Yeah.
So it's
But you've
it's
got a
pure
small
maths.
pool of
But you've
people
got a
paying
small
for that.
pool of, a small pool of people not only paying for it but actually doing it. So that's why there are so many hats worn by so many people. And I mean, one of
I
the
know you take. No one comes and collects the rubbish, do they? You take that. You have to take
There
that.
is-
There is one business that does it, but 9 times out of 10 you take your own rubbish.
But
to the
having
it
said
yourself.
that, I mean, one of the great things is if you go to the waste management centre, as I've been told by my 3-year-old, your niece,
Yeah.
you know, this is it's not a rubbish tip, Daddy. It's a waste management centre, and it is. And the
Right.
reason
Yeah.
being is because you go in there, you literally drive. We'll take you down there because it's got glass, tin,
Yes.
general
Aluminium.
rubbish.
Well, go
paper,
down
so
there
forth.
perhaps later today or sometime, and then I can.
But I think you should
do a little
I think
film
you
there.
should do a show
And you could do
there.
a shopping down there.
Can't do a show there. but we could do-
I've got
I think
great
no, I think a
Take a
show
few
from the
pictures
waste
down.
down at the Waste
management.
Management
few
Centre.
pictures down there while we're talking
I think you should
about
probably
it now.
do a
at
4-hour
level.
show down there.
We haven't got time to do 4-hour shows.
You know, we could fill up your show for the next year.
Can I tell you something about our tip?
Yeah.
This Norfolk Island is like very unique. We are like unique to everyone in the world. But our tip, not only do we have the normal tip things, we've also got a table, an area set aside where you put stuff that you don't need anymore, but other people
Someone
use.
else might want it.
Absolutely
So, like my
brilliant,
kids, So every just before birthdays or Christmas, I clear out my kids' stuff
Yeah.
they don't play with anymore, and they're all in a good nick. So I take them down there, and
Excellent.
then it goes to somebody comes along that
Someone
has
else
kids,
goes
and
and
they
has it.
take them.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
how Norfolk works.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all about-
We have a thing in the UK called Free Cycle now.
Yeah.
It's a thing online.
Yeah.
Okay. And someone's set this up. There's no money involved at all. And each kind of large town has its own Free Cycle site. Now this is a website,
Yeah.
and it's basically a list.
Yeah.
Okay. So Chris Reardon, I've got a 32-inch television. Anyone wants, come and collect.
Yeah.
And that's it. Or you, hello, I'm Alison, looking for anyone who's got a spare electric kettle. And everything goes on there, and people look at it, and someone will come and take my telly away. Because the big televisions now, no one wants them. They don't sell. They don't sell them new.
No,
okay.
that's true, yeah.
Difficult. You can't sell them on eBay. Certainly in the UK, 32-inch telly that 12 years ago I paid £700 for.
Well, we have a name for that.
$1,500.
It's trash and treasure.
Trash and treasure.
Trash and treasure.
And it
So
works
what is
well.
my trash is your treasure, and it works well.
Because I
Waste
hate
Management
waste.
Centre.
I hate waste. And so you've actually got that down at the rubbish
tip,
place.
but it happens in even with clothes. Like my daughter, for example, she gets all my niece's clothes.
Yeah.
And then they're always a good nick because they grow so fast. And then she loves it. And then she gives them all to her friend at Marybelle.
Yeah.
She gets all her, and they love it. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Brilliant.
it's how it all works. Norfolk just works as one big family.
To stop all the stuff wasting.
We still get new stuff,
Again,
but
one of the other things, taking your own rubbish show, and I mentioned the water as well. There is no mains water anywhere.
No.
It's all
whatsoever.
tank water here.
Most people have a tank that's at least 10,000 gallons.
Right.
At the moment because it's so dry, a lot of people are.
You're on your last legs at the moment, or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a drought, isn't it?
There is a drought on Norfolk Island. at the
Anna
moment.
showed me the tank that Anna is Vince's wife. She showed me the tank down there earlier, and yes, it's a big tank, but
Yours
it's
would be huge
you've got about
underground.
that much of the pipe now sticking into the water, so you're nearly at the end, I suppose.
Well, that's because we've had it filled twice since we've been here.
Oh, really?
Well, when I say twice, we've had a couple of thousand litres.
Right. Okay.
And
How
being-
much is that?
Not very much.
Not
really.
very much, but I mean, to be honest with you, when we got here in mid-November, and I was here leaving in August.
You've been here
We had a
2
bit of
months.
rain.
Is it 2 months?
Just over 2 months.
Feels like a lot longer.
But that's because you're actually working.
You've been here longer, surely.
We're doing some good stuff now, and thanks to these two ladies. But having two teenage daughters here as well, and when you knock on the door and go, "Come on, girls,
Get out of the
and
shower.
down the shower." You've been in there for 20 minutes, and they say, "I'm just about to do my hair." I think, yeah,
Do you
good
know,
on you.
Vince, you're supposed to tell them they have to turn off the shower when they shave their legs.
Yes.
And when they shampoo their hair.
Well, I mean, I've never had to shave my legs. Look, I mean.
Well,
the
maybe
ha-
you should.
Maybe
Look at
you
that. The hair never grew.
Now, is that
It's only helped mine like that as well.
Wednesday's a very good day,
Is
dear.
There's nothing here.
is that 20 years since a woman's touched your
It
leg?
never 20 years since a woman. Oh
And
no,
how
I don't
long
like
since-
it. Don't like it.
How long since two girls have touched me?
You've actually had a lot of
Very
firsts. We've had a lot of firsts.
Oh, we've been
One each.
I like
Can I have one
it.
each?
Does that mean you're
I feel like a
virgin?
piece of old meat. I really do.
You
We've just
look like
broken
Dear
his
me.
virginity, sort of like.
Aren't you terrible? And you've got the bananas are growing
Oh, the
on
bananas.
trees. Look at
Do you know the
this.
fruit here actually tastes like fruit?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And I've
Anna-
lived in Sydney and Auckland, and I've had to buy fruit, and that was hard enough to start with. But to actually buy the fruit and then get it home and taste it, you think,
You don't know how lucky you
oh,
are.
I do know how lucky I am. And that's
No
why I
one
keep
in
coming
England,
home.
we can't. I don't think anyone. I don't know anyone that that does, or indeed can grow fruit. It's just too cold. I've never seen a lemon tree or an orange tree, certainly not a banana tree anywhere.
Well, we're pretty lucky here in the fact that
You're
we
complaining
do
that you had to
grow.
buy fruit once.
We grow all this sort of stuff, and we barter still here.
Yeah, a lot of. Well, it's just also giving. If you have too much of something, you just give it away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Even
that's
like
all right.
Bounty Escapes. I used to work there on some
Bounty-
weekends. Bounty Escapes, a
What is
touring
that?
company.
A touring company.
Yeah, one of my business partners owns it. He's wonderful, and but what he does is he gets bunches of bananas. We call them plum over here on Norfolk, and he just ties them up so that tourists or visitors can actually just help themselves.
Did you mention tying up? Oh, I'm a little bit partial to that.
You don't want to tie up. You don't want to
Tying up.
Stop it now! Stop it!
I did too.
Now
That's
you
where
also,
we'll leave this program, listeners.
No, yeah, you've got another 5 minutes to chat away. Yeah, I haven't come to you so much because we're going to do a whole show together
sure.
for the next one. So I get the ladies.
Not just us though. I mean,
Yeah.
from the point of view of the ladies.
Yes.
One of the reasons
Ladies.
that you are.
I don't
and
know.
I use the word.
I'm not going to like this, am I? Go on.
No, I think one of the things that I'd like to say, these two girls here have been instrumental in
Careful.
the success yesterday of the Blue Light on Norfolk event,
did
which you
nothing.
obviously hosted. So that's something
And you
that I'd
rock.
certainly
Well,
like
we'll
to.
talk about that tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, Blue Light.
It's just-
from my point of view, I'd like to say thank
I
you to
do-
them and to you for
very kind
being
of you.
part of that. I mean, this is something we wanted to put on for the youth.
I
of
know we
Norfolk.
spoke about it last time. There's a good response again. We'll talk about it on the next show. From
These two ladies were
These two
instrumental
ladies,
in getting
these two ladies
this
are
done.
fantastic, and for you to do so much and
I didn't
manage to
actually do it.
change things. Now you
Oh, no.
also run an online
Newsletter,
newsletter
newspaper. Yeah.
for anyone over the world to log in. Where can we
That's
have a
right.
look at that?
You go to www.norfolkonlinenews.com.
All right, NorfolkOnlineNews.com. No AU, no.
No AU, no.
Okay, so once again, what is it?
www.norfolkonlinenews.com.
And what can we see in that? You get pictures on that as well.
Oh, you get everything. We're going to actually have Chris Reardon up there.
Who's he?
Oh, he's this little cute guy.
Me. Yes. Well,
Yeah, I'm actually
That
getting
just
married to him.
happened to-
We actually got engaged last night. I'm actually quite excited.
She's trying to convince me to get married. Then
Now, I want to know what you put in
That's
his
right.
tea.
I think it's.
Well, no,
about-
actually, I said to him I already had a husband, so I didn't really,
the whole pace of life here is just so wonderful, and go at your own sort of pace.
Go at your own
You know,
pace. Island time.
everything seems to get done, but none of this rushing around.
People put in behind
Yeah,
the scenes.
I've come-
It's your
People with last night.
volunteers. It's
to
your
give you an
volunteers
example,
that-
I've come here from Sydney, right? Sydney, the traffic lights, as soon as they go green, they're on
They're
that
off.
accelerator. They're off, mate. And if you dare to put your foot out into the road, and it wasn't like this 4 years ago, the last time I was here, you put your foot into the road, you'll get beep like that. You know, if the cars have started moving.
Has that happened to you at the traffic lights?
No, I tell you, there is no traffic lights. There is no traffic lights here.
We
There's
only have
one
one
roundabout on the island. And the other day, when I was walking, before I was brave enough to drive your car, because I'm a bit. It's not the car; it's the fact that I'm driving
a
a car,
hot car.
in another country.
It's a black car. It's got a
Worries me.
spoiler. The kids
It
told me
does
it's really
worry
cool.
me. It is a hot car.
The kids say it's cool.
I was standing at the roundabout, waiting to cross it, and this car came round the roundabout and stopped halfway round the roundabout for me to cross. I mean, it says it all, doesn't it?
You should have seen it when we first put in that roundabout. People were driving on top of it, waiting to be turned around.
And you know,
Where do we go?
the buses still go on top of it because they can't get around it. They're going to go around it. But I would tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. This is really important. Today I was in a traffic jam.
Yeah,
They actually moved a house
yeah.
Yes.
from
Airport.
the airport, DCS Circuit House.
moved a
they
house.
moved a house on the back of a truck with a crane here and a crane here and a big truck, and they drove through town, and I got stuck behind that, and I didn't get out of first gear. So I was in a traffic jam today.
That would be the first.
Doesn't happen on
And no, it's the
Norfolk
second because
Island.
I got behind the other second house that got moved that years ago, Damien's.
And were you compelled to be on the phone?
No, I do not
Boys and girls,
drive
time to
and talk on the
go.
phone.
Time to go, I'm afraid. Thank you very much. Vince will be with us on the next show,
Thank you
okay?
very much.
Melissa, You look lovely in
show
that
after that, I
pink.
think.
Thank you very much for chatting to us today. And Alison as well. Can I have a cuddle for my two girls here?
You're
All right.
jumping the
There's a
fence, aren't
first
you?
for everything.
The email address of the show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. See you on the next show. Bye-bye now.
Bye.